Hello again, welcome to the boundary line, sandwiched in between a victory at Doncaster and a huge game with Toulouse Olympique at Boundary Park this coming weekend. We are in the company of the head coach Sean Long and our managing director Mike Ford. We've got some big injury news unfortunately on the way as well, but a new signing to hear from as well in just a couple of moments. Plus we catch up with one of our key sponsors here at a newly named Melrose. It's not Melrose anymore. We'll tell you why in just a moment. Let's start, guys, with Doncaster at the weekend. It was a tough game. I think you were quite relieved, Sean. You were happy with some stuff, unhappy with other stuff, but a win is a win. How key was that? We're talking now a few days on to get that result.
Yeah, looking back at the game, I've kind of realised how good of a performance it was, and actually getting the 2 points was vital for us. So yeah, it's not many teams go to Donny and get that win. So they beat some big teams there like Toulouse and that. So they are tough to beat there. And I think the manner of how we got the win, I was a bit disappointed after the game. You could tell like when we were 30 points to 12 up, I thought that was it. We're done and dusted. We just kind of let them back in the game, and that's the learnings we've got to make going into the big games coming up like Toulouse this week. So. Yeah, we just kind of shot ourselves in the foot with a few errors, poor discipline, and then we invited them back in. And Donny are a good team, mate. They are a very good team. So yeah, that's what I was kind of a bit upset with. That's all.
Mike, you were watching the game in the main stand with us, and the last 10-15 minutes or so, you didn't stop pacing. I could tell you wanted the W, as Sean puts it. Where do you think we are? I mean, we're obviously fourth in the championship. That's statistically where we are. But where do you think we are right now, heading into a crunch period?
Yeah, we're in a good place. We've had our fair share of injuries and suspensions and stuff. And Doncaster, I don't think we've won there since 2010. It's 15 years. So I think I coached the last team to play at Doncaster, and we lost 36-0. So. To get 2 points after what happened at Bradford, that we were depleted before the game, we were busted after the game with our troops. To get off the canvas, for Sean to turn it around, get a feel-good factor in there, and I agree with Sean. It was the vital. It weren't so much the performance; it was the result that mattered, and we got a good performance in there as well. So we're sitting fourth, and with 3 juicy fixtures coming up at home. We're excited about what's ahead of us.
I will talk more about injuries and recruitment in just a second. As Mike alludes to, the injuries have really hit hard in the last few weeks. So we have dipped into the transfer market this week with a new signing. The France international hooker Eloi Pelissier is here, poised for his debut, and I've been speaking to him.
So, Eloi Pelissier, welcome. Bienvenue à Oldham. How are you feeling about this opportunity in your career?
Honestly, I'm exciting, and I'm loving playing rugby league, and I still feel like in a great shape, and I still want some challenge. And when Longy gave me a ring, honestly, I was feeling straight because I'm looking to have an opportunity after the French season. This is my goal, so to perform for like 6 months in the French season after playing my last game with Toulouse against Wakefield in final last year, and so I keep myself like very fit and strong, and I hope I can have an opportunity after the season. So honestly, I'm very proud to keep going. What I would love to do, and all them have a big ambition and big project. So I'm proud to have this opportunity.
So you've been playing with Pierre in the French Championship, which is a very good standard, a very good league. Having left Toulouse, do you feel you could have still been playing at Super League and Championship level when you moved to Pierre at the start of the year? Could you have still, do you think, been playing Super League? Did you still feel you were that good?
Yeah, I did like the last 4 or 5 months with Toulouse. Honestly, I play maybe my best footy. and I I think the last 3 4 games with Toulouse, I man of the match 2 times, and I doing some very good stuff. So yeah, after was a complicated situation too. I already been in England for 4 years. 4 years in Toulouse. 8 years I didn't been in my home, and my wife and my kids wanna come back home too. So we decide to go back in Pia, and but in my mind every time say to my wife, after the season I want to go back in England, and so now it's happened. So I'm happy because I in my head I didn't finish yet to play on a good level. Even if it's French competition is still good. I think the top six of the French competition is a very good level. Uh, so it's a tough competition, and yeah, I wanna go in England and keep playing like in Championship or Super League. So Oldham is it's a good opportunity.
So some unfinished business, and also a very understanding family. You will know Sean Long well from his time as an assistant playing for the French team as well, won't you?
Yeah, yeah. I meet Sean in during the World Cup, and so we've been good together, and so it was very good to work with him. And so we keep in touch, like for since the World Cup. Sometimes when I saw him like last year winning the comp in League One, I send him also every time, like keep in touch. And so I know him, and I am happy to go back to work with him, because I was happy to work with him in during the World Cup. And yeah, I know a lot of a few of other player, and coaching too. So it's good. It's good for me.
And what do you know about Oldham, this team, and what they're looking to achieve? You will have spoken to Sean, of course. So what do you think you are coming into? I can tell you you're coming into sunshine, which is good news for you as well, looking out of the window. But what are you anticipating? What are you expecting?
Honestly, I can see Oldham have like big ambition, because with the squad they build, with what they did last year to win. I think they undefeated, no, last year, or they smashed the League One, so they
Undefeated
go
at home, yeah. Lost
yeah.
lost once away at Keighley.
o- Okay, yeah. So they smash the League One. They go up to Championship, and they're in the top four the minute. They signed some good players, some good coach, and they playing a good ground now. So it's a team with a good ambition, and so I'm just coming to this team, and and I know it's a big expectation. So I wanna try to help a little with my experience, and to keep growing this ambition. And I know this month is a big month for Oldham, because Toulouse coming on Saturday, semi-final of the cup next week, and after Halifax coming again home. So it's a big free game, and I really know what is mean for the club, and so I'm seeing I'm coming on the right time, and I'm very excited to come, and to help this club to grow with and achieve what they want to do.
And what the Oldham fans will want to know, Eloi, is what kind of player are you? What are you going to show when you pull on that Oldham shirt for the first time?
I am a player with a lot of desire, and for me this is the main thing for me. This is why I did all my the last 14 15 years. I play a lot with my heart, and so when I came on the field, I just give everything 100%. And sometimes I can do some mistake, but I will uh, I will give every time 100% for the team where I play. So all done fans can sure, I will when I will put my first foot on the field, I will just give everything for the team I'm representing when I'm on the field. Right? So this is my first quality is just a lot of desire and give 100%. So and after I think they all know me, I am a hooker with I'm loving to just run out the meal front. So I will try to give some energy what I can my games or but with a lot of desire.
And as a final point, to potentially make your Oldham debut against Toulouse Olympique, I mean, what a script that is. That's perfect for you.
Yeah, honestly, it's a big coincidence and because it's very funny. It's very funny to finish my season in France, sign for Oldham and Toulouse coming. So sometimes I believe in everything happened for a reason and and it was my time to come to Oldham. So it'll be good to see some friend in front of me and to make sure we give a good game on Saturday against my old team Toulouse. So but yeah, everything happened for a reason and it's very funny. Saturday is maybe my debut against Toulouse.
Well, bienvenue et bonne chance. We'll see you in Oldham very soon.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So Eloi Pelissier cannot wait, Sean, to get going. A guy he said himself you know well from your time together at France.
Yeah, I've coached him for a couple of years now at France, and he's a good lad. He's like a firecracker at a 9, and that. He's good defensively, very, very, very strong. For his size. So yeah, we've been struggling in the 9 department with Wildy being injured and stuff like that. So to have him, for the next remainder of the season, so it's looking good. I'm just glad he's jumped on board. He's played his last game for Pia at the weekend, and then I touched base with him, spoke to him, and he was keen to come over, and I made up that he's joining Oldham.
His hunger, Mike, just from speaking to him on that Zoom call, was infectious. He's a guy who really wants to be in an Oldham shirt and get going. From your point of view, obviously it's a big bit of business you've done now. It must be so busy recruitment-wise, trying to fix where we are this season in terms of injuries and personnel, but also with an eye on where we're going to be next year.
Yeah, I think we had a big squad and we've added a few dual reg players. We signed Ben Davis from St Helens last week, of course, and as soon as Wildy was out, Sean was looking through all world rugby for a 9 that we could potentially get, and with him getting knocked out, I think Pia he playing for Pia?
Yeah.
On Sunday he was available, and the negotiations were so easy with him. He just wants to come and put that red and white shirt on for us. I've never seen him play. I've seen some video, of course. So Sean has obviously coached him. So we moved quickly. Recruitment, George, is you've got to be first past the post. You can't hang around or somebody else will snap them up. Me and Sean speak every day about it, and it never ends. Recruitment never ever ends. You think you've got a squad settled, and then something will happen, and you've got to be on it straight away. And fair play to Sean and pushing me and Bill to do the bit of business, and yeah, we've got him for Saturday.
Mike says you never know what's around the corner. Things happen. Unfortunately, things have been happening injury-wise, and a hammer blow, as we've announced this week, with a loss for the rest of this season of one of our star players, Ian Thornley. A big blow. Let's find out how he's feeling.
So Ian, not a great interview to have to do. You were struggling with, last time we spoke you had a bit of a niggle in your knee, you went for a scan, and suddenly you've done your ACL and we're not going to see you play this season.
Yeah, it looks like my season's over now for this year. We thought it was a bit of bone bruising, but after I tried training and felt a little bit uneasy underfoot, we had a scan, and unfortunately it's come back at the weekend that I've complete rupture in my ACL. So this season looks like it's going to be over for me on the pitch. There's other things I can do around the club and for the team, so I'll do my best with that. But yeah, I'll have to get ready to play. I'll have to get ready for next season.
I was trying to work out when you did it, because the Featherstone game it must have been when it was, but you finished that game.
Yeah.
You missed the winners game, but then you were named in the squad for the Bradford game.
Yeah, it looks like I think I've done it in the Featherstone game, and we thought it was bruising, and I finished the game like somehow. And then I had a week off and tried training again, and I actually got through some training. And it was in the team run that I felt my knee slip a little bit during warm up, and I think we knew then that something's not quite right, that the stability wasn't quite right. So we had a scan then, and it unfortunately told us that the worst had happened.
And can I ask you how you are, because injuries are more than just physical injuries. There's a lot to take in. It must have been a shock and a lot to process. Obviously, you're probably in the last contract or club of your career, so there must be a lot going on in your head.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, it rules me out for the rest of this season, and I think we're getting somewhere where we're probably aimed to be this season. We're in the semi-finals. We're in that playoff position at the minute, and unfortunately I'm not going to be able to help with that. And I felt like we're just getting to the point of the season where things are really getting good, and some of the big games are coming. So yeah, it's unfortunate, it hurts, but yeah, it's rugby, it's sport, it's a contact sport, and these things happen. So I'm just gonna have to. It's one of them. You laugh, otherwise you'll cry. But yeah, so I'm just gonna have to get ready and do what I can and do the rehab stuff. Do everything I can that the physio's telling me and the conditioning staff to get myself back as quick as possible.
Well, we wish you well, and I know a lot of people will be sending best wishes to get you back fit, fully recovered and over this setback.
No, I appreciate it, cheers.
So that was Ian Thornley speaking to me this week. An odd one, Sean, because he picked up the injury in the Featherstone game, played on, trained a bit, named him in the Bradford squad, didn't feel right so didn't play, so he sent him for a scan, and then suddenly this news.
Absolutely bizarre, you know what I mean? I've never seen that where you can actually play on with a cruciate ligament injury. Normally you buckle you and you literally can't walk. So I'm absolutely devastated for him, and he's having to process that now. So yeah, it's just one of those things. He jumped up for a ball, come down, landed a bit funny. We didn't know the extent of the injury, and when he broke kind of down in training a little bit, where his knee was sore, we sent him for a scan and it's come back ACL. So yeah, we just want to look after him now. We just want to look after the lad and make sure he's all right, because he's got to process it. So it's not great for us, not great for him, but yeah, it's bad news.
And that's the key thing. Is there's a bigger picture, isn't it? It's a human being, a big setback, and at his stage of his career as well. He's coming on a 2-year deal in November, and then a few games, Mike, into his first season here. He's got to deal with this somehow.
Yeah, and he's at an age where doubts will be going through his mind about whether he can recover. But we as a club will put his welfare first, make sure he gets the right procedures to make sure the operation goes well and his rehab goes well. He won't be playing till next season. It's a massive loss for us in terms of not only the centre and what he brings there, but the leadership, and the experience he's got, because he's played in grand finals and Wembley finals and stuff. But it's up to me and Sean now to utilise him off the field. If we can do that, once he like Sean says, once he processes and gets over the injury, we'll utilise him in other ways how we can help the team.
And we're going to build up here in just a moment to a huge fixture against Toulouse. Top 4 in the Betfred Championship. It's going to be some afternoon stroke evening, 5 o'clock Saturday, by the way, so don't be turning up on Sunday because you'll have missed it at Boundary Park. But we've also been out and about this week to meet some of our key sponsors. You'll see across social media our chairman Bill Quinn has been at Blue Machinery, Blue Group, one of our prize sponsored, but also here it's not Melrose anymore, because we've done a naming rights deal with one of our main sponsors, Netpar. It's now the Netpar Training Centre here, and I've been speaking to their main man, Ian Atherton.
So Ian, here we are at Melrose. Oh, sorry, the Netpar Training Centre.
Yeah, that's better.
That's the future. Tell us a little bit about this deal, this arrangement, and how it will work for both parties.
Well, we were approached. We've been sponsor now for about a year. We were approached about Melrose about 8-9 months ago to help getting things set up, which we've been doing in the background. And then obviously there was discussions made about the renaming. And really what we wanted to do was obviously get a new name out there rather than the old Melrose that some people had heard of but then didn't really have any involvement with. But obviously to try and make it so we're establishing better links with the companies that are now involved in sponsoring Oldham Rugby. And so really it started from there. We had a few discussions and then a few ideas about the names, and then we come up with the idea, well, yeah, Netpar will sponsor it, Netpar will name it, and then what we'll do is we'll work together to try and get more use of the foundation really, and the ground and the setup here.
So what's, I mean, you've answered it a little bit there, what's the vision and what would represent success, do you think, for this project?
I think success from our point of view is to just get where this is used week in, week out, all year round. Whether it be for schools matches, whether it be for the women's team, whether it be for all the foundation teams, local schools, and then obviously training for the team itself. But really it's just getting some more inclusion and getting more people involved and using the facilities that are here, and hopefully then we can expand on the facilities that are here, maybe make the changing rooms a bit better, or put some more stuff in here, get some more, you know, maybe food, drinks, whatever, and just use the facilities rather than it just, you know, being left and not used.
And you touched on a great point there. We this week have had schools finals here with over 100 parents. That's something that could really benefit from what you've just discussed.
Exactly. I mean, we know full well there's numerous schools in and around the area what haven't got access to somewhere like this, and obviously trying to give it a bit of a new name, bit more press coverage. You know, there'll be a lot of the schools don't even know about this place. You know, they just won't even know. So if we can give it a new name, get some more press coverage out there, hopefully we'll get more interest and more people visiting it.
And as a final point, you're obviously a valued partner here at Oldham Rugby League.
Yeah.
For those tuning in, watching this, tell us a little bit about Netpar and what you do.
Yeah, well, we've been around 20 odd years now. We're an IT solutions provider. Work for large companies like Iceland Frozen Foods, Booker's Cash and Carry, and we do a lot of school installs as well. Last year we did 150 schools in the northwest, upgrading IT infrastructure, and really we're just trying to grow our business in this area a bit more, but give a lot back. You know, for me it's about giving something back to Oldham. You know, we've been a successful business around here for 20 odd years, and you know, we need to invest some money back into rugby and back into the kids to get them involved.
Ian, great to see you. Thanks for having us at the Netpar Training Centre.
That's great, thanks very much. Cheers, George.
So commercial deals, Mike, all over the place at the moment. A backdrop to things happening on the pitch, off the pitch. We're growing, we're working hard, and hopefully we're getting there.
I think, you know, the two sponsors you mentioned there, Blue Machinery, they were with us last year. Obviously they work very closely with Bill, the same industry and stuff, and Bill's come up with the idea, you came up with the boundary line, Bill's come up with the business line, and he wants to do what the viewers have just seen, going around all our sponsors, to getting to know what they're doing and giving them a bit more publicity. And then there's Ian Atherton, who's been a fantastic sponsor since day one. He's very much into the pathway type, women's type area, and the Melrose fits in, the Netpar Training Centre fits in nicely with his naming rights, NTC for short, and it's great to have him on board.
Yeah, really good for the community, I think, moving forward, and the interest alongside that. We've had schools finals here this week, I think with over 100 parents watching, so that's something I think we can really tap into as well.
Next Wednesday, Wednesday the 14th, we've got year 8, and then on the 19th we've got year 7. So this facility already, you know, is succumbing to the pathway and the kids of Oldham, and it's going to be great for us. You know, next year, this year in November, by November, if this is phase 1 with the floodlights and what we've done on this pitch, then phase 2 is going to be looking a little bit different as well, with floodlights on the other pitch, maybe a gym for Sean, and I'm not giving him too much, but maybe a wrestle room and, you know, some social room and stuff like that. So we just want to keep getting better and better and better, and we need sponsors to be able to do that.
Let's finish off by ramping up the interest in Oldham against Toulouse on Saturday. They were expecting a lot of interest for the visit of a really good team, Sean.
Yeah, they're a good team, they're full time, and you know they look well organised. Defence is very good, and yeah, it's going to be a tough game. They are, as they all are, you know, another tough game which we expect. But we're at home, that's the main thing. We're at home in front of our fans at Boundary Park, 5 o'clock, and yeah, if we can get those areas tidied up, what we've kind of let ourselves down with at Donny, then it'll be a good game. I'm looking forward to it. I'm getting excited for it.
Yeah, I can tell. This is what it's all about, isn't it, Mike? The sun's out. Hopefully it'll be out at the weekend. Two of the best sides, two of the top four in the Betfred Championship, toe to toe, hopefully in front of a good crowd too.
Yeah, I have not seen too much of Toulouse. I've watched them once or twice, but not too much. And you know, like Sean says, they're one of the favourites, if not the favourites, along with Bradford and ourselves and York and Halifax, and them are the 5 teams I think are going to be pushing this year. But you know, like Sean says, we're at home. I think they've only conceded, you know, an average of 8 points per game. I'll be surprised if we don't score more than 8. No pressure, Sean. But our attack is very good, and I think, you know, we get our defence right. You know, it's going to be a good night for us on Saturday. You know, but whatever happens, it's a long season.
Yeah, I hope to see you there. It's going to be exciting. We've packed a lot in there as well. So thank you for watching. We will see you. Some big games coming up. Tickets available online, so book them now. We've got Halifax at Boundary Park in a few weeks. We've got the big semi-final against Featherstone Rovers, a chance to get to Wembley for the first time in this famous club's history. But next up is Toulouse at Boundary Park on Saturday. We'll see you then.